Hello everyone, I am Dr. K. Annapurna, ECE Department, VFSTR deemed to be University, Vadlamudi. Our today's topic is Total Probability Theorem. So before going to start the actual Total Probability Theorem, now let us see one example so that where we can use this Total Probability Theorem we can understand. Suppose there are three boxes, okay, and each box contains some gold coins, some copper coins, the experiment is you have to select a randomly box and then from that box you have to randomly pick the coin. So what is the probability of that coin is gold? Okay, for such type of problems we have to go for total probability theorem, because here the gold coins are present in each and every box and the probability of selecting the box also important. So what is the total probability of gold means? Okay, suppose this is box 1, this is box 2 and this is box 3. Okay, so what is the probability of selecting gold means? Probability of selecting gold from box 1. Okay, it can be from box 1, and what is the probability of selecting box 1? That is also important. Similarly, it can be from second box into probability of box 2 plus the contribution from box 3. And here box 1, box 2, box 3 all are mutually exclusive events. That is, they don't have any common elements. Okay. Now let us see the topic total probability theorem. And the objective of this class is to make you familiarize with the concept of total probability theorem and you will able to solve the related problems. And outcomes is you can clearly understand what is total probability theorem, and for real life situations where this is applicable, how to apply that theorem you will understand. And total probability theorem statement is, consider a sample space S. Okay, suppose this is the sample space S that has n mutually exclusive events. Okay, I have divided that sample space into n mutually exclusive events, B1, B2, B3 and so on, Bn. Okay, mutually exclusive means they don't have any common area, such that Bm intersection Bn is equal to 5 for m not equal to n, and where m and n are starting from 1, 2, 3 and so on up to n. Then if you define any event on this sample space and that event is A, the probability of any event defined on this sample space can be expressed in terms of conditional probabilities of the events Bn, and this is known as total probability of the event A, and this is the formula. So just now we have seen the example. In the place of Bn we have B1, B2, B3, because we have selected 3 boxes, so 3 mutually exclusive events B1, B2, B3. Okay, here in each box may contain gold coins. So what is the contribution of box 1, contribution of box 2 and so on up to contribution of box n. So this is about total probability theorem. Now let us see how to prove it. So here we have divided the sample space into n mutually exclusive events. So if I take the union of all these things, what is the result? It is the sample space, right? Next, if I want to define A, can I write A is equal to A intersection S? Because S is the sample space. So sample space intersection any event is resulting in that event only. So now if you apply probability on both sides, so it becomes P of A is equal to P of A intersection S. Now what is S? It is union of n equal to 1 to n Bn. Okay, S is replaced by union of all mutually exclusive events. So it can be written as summation of n equal to 1 to n P of A intersection Bn. Okay, from the third axiom of probability, if all are mutually exclusive events, probability of union of these events is nothing but sum of all probabilities. And this is P of A. So let this be first expression. Next, what is the conditional probability formula? P of A by B is equal to P of A intersection B by P of B. So from this, what is P of A intersection B? P of A by B into P of B. Okay, and here we are having A intersection Bn. So let us take P of A by Bn, A intersection Bn, and here also N. So let it be second expression. Now substituting 2 in 1, you will get the result. Okay, substituting 2 in 1. So what will you get? P of A is equal to sigma n is equal to 1 to n. In the place of P of A intersection Bn, substitute this. So P of A by Bn into P of Bn. So this is the total probability theorem. Okay. Okay, now let us solve some problems. The first problem is, a person has undertaken mining job. The probabilities of completion of job on time with and without rain are 0.42 and 0.9 respectively. Okay, here J is job completion. Just we are defining the events. And R is rain. NR is no rain. Okay, then what is this probability? The probability of completion of job on time with and without rain. So probability of job completion when there is rain. This is conditional probability. So how much it is given? 0.42. And next, without rain. So P of J by NR is 0.90. If the probability that it will rain is 0.45, that is probability of getting rain is 0.45. If probability of getting rain is 0.45, what is the probability of not getting rain? So 1 minus of this. So 0.55. Then determine the probability that the mining job will be completed on time. So now you have to find what is the probability of job done. Okay. So there are two situations. There may be rain, there may not be rain. Okay. So what is the probability means? Now you have to apply the total probability theorem, and here the sample space is divided into only two mutually exclusive events. One is rain is there, the other one is rain is not there. Okay, so according to that formula, what is P of j? So P of j is equal to, that is probability of job completion is equal to probability of job completion when rain is there. And what is the probability of getting rain? So this is when rain is there. Similarly, there may not be rain also. So what is the probability of job completion when there is no rain? And what is the probability of not getting rain? Okay, this is the formula. Now you have all values. Substitute. What is probability of j by r? 0.42. And what is the probability of rain? 0.45 plus probability of j by nr, that is when no rain, what is the probability of job completion? It is 0.9 into what is the probability of not getting rain? It is 0.55. So if you simplify that, you will get the answer of probability of job completion. Okay, answer is 0.684. Okay, here there are two chances. There might be rain, there may not be rain. When rain is there, what is the probability of job completion? That is P of j by r. When rain is not there, what is the probability of job completion? It is P of j by nr. Now from total probability theorem, you can easily find the answer. Now let us see the next problem. There are two boxes. The first box contains 2 white and 3 black balls. Okay, so take 2 boxes. So this is box 1, this is box 2. First box contains 2 white and 3 black. So 2 white and 3 black balls. The second box contains 3 white, 4 black. So 3 white, 4 black. If the experiment is to draw a ball from randomly selected box, that is we have to select a box randomly and then we have to select a ball randomly. What is the probability of drawing a white ball? So the first question is, what is the probability of selecting a white ball? So probability of selecting white means it can be from box 1, it can be from box 2. Here also the sample space is divided into 2 mutually exclusive events, box 1 and box 2. Okay, so according to the total probability theorem, white from box 1 into probability of selecting box 1. Similarly, plus it can be from box 2 into probability of selecting box 2. Okay, so now what is this value? If I select box 1, what is the probability of selecting white? In box 1 total how many balls were there? 5 balls. So probability of selecting white in box 1 means out of 5, 2 are satisfying the condition. So 2 are white. So 2 by 5 is the probability. And similarly, what is the probability of selecting white from box 2? Total how many balls were there? 7 balls. Out of that 3 are white. So 3 by 7. And what is the probability of selecting box 1 and what is the probability of selecting box 2? They didn't give means we have to take equal probability, 50-50 chances, that is 0.5 and 0.5. So here if I substitute 2 by 5 into 0.5 plus 3 by 7 into 0.5. So this is the answer for probability of selecting. Simplify this, you will get the answer. Probability of selecting the white ball. Next bit, what is the probability of drawing a black ball? So that is also similar. So what is the probability of drawing black ball? It also can be from box 1 or can be from box 2. So probability of selecting black from box 1, and what is the probability of selecting box 1 plus probability of selecting black ball from box 2, and what is the probability of selecting box 2. Okay. Now tell me, what is the probability of selecting black ball from box 1? Total 5 balls. Out of that, how many are black? 3 balls. So 3 by 5. Next, from box 2, probability of selecting black from box 2. So that is equal to probability of selecting black from box 2. How many black balls are there? 4 black out of 7. So substituting these values, 3 by 5 into, here also they didn't give the probability of selecting box. So we take the equal probabilities. So this will give you the answer of selecting black ball. Okay, now let us see the next problem. Consider the binary communication channel depicted below. Okay, here probability of sending 0 is 1 by 3, probability of sending 1 is 2 by 3, and if I send 0, probability of receiving 0 is 0.6, and if I send 1, probability of receiving it as 0 is 0.1. If I send 0, the probability of receiving it as 1 is 0.2. If I send 1, probability of receiving it as 1 is 0.75. Okay. So now, and one more thing given is, what is the probability of sending zeros is 1 by 3 and probability of sending 1s is 2 by 3. Then find the probability of receiving 0 and probability of receiving 1. So now probability of receiving 0. Okay, probability of receiving 0 means 0 in how many cases we are receiving? It when 0 transmitted or when 1 transmitted, we may get 0 receiving. Okay, 2 chances. So P of 0 receiving when 0 send into what is the probability of sending 0 plus probability of receiving 0 when 1 sent, and what is the probability of sending 1. Okay. So now what is this? 0 receiving when 0 sending. When 0 sending, 0 receiving means this is the probability. So it is P of 0 receiving when 0 sending. So it is 0.6. And what is the probability of sending 0? It is 1 by 3 plus 0 receiving when 1 is sending. So when 1 is sending, 0 receiving means this one. Probability of 0 receiving when 1 is sending. So it is 0.1 into what is probability of sending ones? 2 by 3. So if you simplify this, you will get the answer of probability of receiving zeros. Similarly, what is the probability of receiving ones? So in the same manner, probability of receiving 1 when 1 send, and what is the probability of sending 1 plus probability of receiving 1 when 0 sent, and what is the probability of 0 sent. So now see, what is the probability of receiving 1 when 1 is sent? So this is 1. So probability of receiving 1 when 1 is sent. So 0.75 into, what is the probability of sending 1? 2 by 3 plus, what is the probability of receiving 1 when 0 is sent? When 0 sent, it is receiving 1. So this is probability of receiving 1 when 0 sent. So 0.2 into, what is the probability of sending zeros? 1 by 3. So if you simplify this, you will get the probability of receiving 1. Okay, now let us see the next problem. Two manufacturing plants produce similar parts. Plant 1 produces 1000 parts, 100 of which are defective. Plant 2 produces 2000 parts, 150 of which are defective. A part is selected at random. What is the probability of selected part is defective? So here how many plants are producing? 2 plants. Okay, and they are producing similar parts, right? So plant 1 is producing how many parts? Okay, plant 1 is producing 1000 parts, out of which how many are defective? 100 of which are defective. Suppose if I consider the event D as defective, so P of D by plant 1 is 100 out of 1000. 100 out of 1000. So it is 0.1. And next, plant 2 is producing 2000 parts and 150 of which are defective. So P of D by P2 is equal to 150 by 2000. Now the experiment is, a part is selected randomly and what is the probability it is defective. So again we need to apply the total probability. So P of D is equal to, so it is defective means it can be from plant 1 or it can be from plant 2. So P of defective, if it is from plant 1, into what is the probability we are selecting plant 1 product, plus probability of defective when it is from plant 2 and what is the probability it is from plant 2. Okay, there are only 2 plants, so only 2 mutually exclusive events. Now what is this? P of D by P1 is 100 by 1000 into what is the probability of selecting plant 1 item? Actually plant 1 is producing 1000 and plant 2 is producing 2000 means total it is producing 3000, right? So out of 3000 only plant 1 items are 1000. That means probability of selecting plant 1 items is 1000 by 3000 plus what is P of D by P2? 150 by 2000 into what is the probability of selecting plant 2 items? Total 2000 items are there out of 3000. Okay. So this 1000 gets cancels, this 2000 gets cancels. 1 by 30 plus 1 by 20. So simplify this, you will get the answer. So this is the probability of defectiveness. So it can be from plant 1 or it can be from plant 2. Okay, now let us see the next problem. A company producing electric relays has 3 manufacturing plants producing 50, 30 and 20% respectively of its product. Suppose that the probabilities that a relay manufactured by these plants is defective are 0.02, 0.05 and 0.01 respectively. If a relay is selected at random from the output of the company, what is the probability that it is defective? Okay, it is similar to the previous problem, and here how many mutually exclusive events are there? 3, because there are 3 companies. So let the companies are A, B, C. Let the companies are okay. Then what is the probability of selecting company A product? So P of A is 50% it is producing, means the probability of selecting that product is 0.5. And next company B, it is producing 30%, means 0.3, and similarly C, it is 20%, so 0.2. Right? And how to represent these defectiveness? So let D is the defective. So how to represent? If it is from company A, what is the probability of defectiveness? So it is 0.02, and similarly defectiveness when it is from B, it is 0.05. Defectiveness when it is from company C, it is 0.01. Okay. Now according to total probability theorem, P of D is equal to P of D by A into P of A plus P of D by B into P of B plus P of D by C into P of C. There are total 3 companies only, so 3 terms. So already we have found these values, so just substitute. So 0.02 into P of A is 0.5 plus P of D by B is 0.05 into 0.3 plus P of D by C is 0.01 into P of C is 0.2. So if you simplify this, you will get the answer of probability of defectiveness. Okay. And this is your assignment. I hope you understand. Thank you.